Welcome. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Makeup Masterclass. My name's Adam.
And I'm Jody.
And we're excited to be here with you on Friday night to take you through how to do a really fabulous... Everyone, welcome to our Makeup Masterclass. My name's Soft Adam. Glam Makeup. And we're back. So Soft Glam Makeup or a full glam makeup. We're going to go through it and we're going to see what happens with our intuitive, creative beingness. So it's going to be lots of fun. But what we would love you to do, if you're following along at home, we would love you to join on in. We're going to use some new colors, some new techniques, and this is a masterclass. So we're going to talk through our face shape, our eye shapes, and how to be able to apply makeup to get a really elevated look for you. So this is going to be different, and we're really looking forward to taking you through our session tonight. A little bit about me. I've been in the beauty industry for 12 years now, full time. Mum's a makeup artist and a beauty therapist. So makeup's been a big part of my life. Studied makeup in Sydney. I've recently upskilled at Huxley on the Gold Coast, which I absolutely loved, and run makeup masterclasses most days to teach people how to create a flawless everyday makeup and then glam makeups. And Jody, beauty therapist and hairdresser. What's your experience with beauty? Tell us a little bit about how long you've been in the beauty industry.
Gosh, if I tell you, I'd give away my age. I started when I was 15 and in a hair salon.
Wow.
And then I kind of just mix and match and bounce around from beauty to hairdressing. My heart has always been in the beauty, but the money was always in the hairdressing. But following my heart more. I just love doing the facials and I'm getting into the makeup as well and everything else.
And we actually met because of your makeup as well. Right. So I met Jody at the Noosa show, and Jody was performing on stage. So you're also a performer.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
So yeah, I started dancing when I was about 4, and then I've been performing since I've been in the Sunshine Coast, at festivals and fairs and stuff like that. I'm getting into the glam makeup and I love all the glitter and the fun stuff.
Fabulous. Yeah. So we met at the Noosa show and you had the most fabulous makeup. You were wearing the most fabulous costume. You were ready to perform.
Yeah.
And I came over and gave you a sparkly eyeshadow.
And I loved it. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, it's a marble eyeshadow. I love marble eyeshadows.
Awesome. And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we're excited to take you through our session tonight. And first thing we're going to do is talk a little bit about skin prep. So we have definitely prepped our skin. We just finished a skincare masterclass. So as you can see, we are glowing. Lots of beautiful hydration serums on here. We've got creams, we've got our moisturizer, we've got our eye products. So our skin couldn't be in better condition to then move forward into makeup. And the more that you do with your skincare, the better your makeup will look. I always think that makeup starts with great skin. Definitely. As well. So you don't have to use as much product, which is a really beautiful thing to do. So the first step that we're going to do after we've, of course, done our skin prep, which we have, is move on to priming the skin. So we're going to use a blurring face primer. This is a product from Nutrimetics, which I absolutely love. And do you apply a primer with a brush or fingertips? How do you usually apply it?
It depends on my mood.
I love that. How are you feeling tonight?
Yeah, how clean my brushes are, how I'm feeling.
We've got brand new brushes tonight.
Oh, well, that's pretty exciting.
Okay, let's do it on our brushes. So we're going to move in with step 1 of our makeup tonight, which is to use a primer. So this is a blurring face primer. And what this is going to do is not only hold our makeup on for longer, but it's also going to give us a beautiful soft focus finish. So it has an ingredient in it called hydration spheres, which are also known as spherical polymers, and they're derived from a natural form of bamboo. For the natural form of silicone, which is from bamboo, for those that love to know the ingredients behind the products. So we're going to apply this all over the face, so to the forehead, the nose, the chin, the cheeks, and just buffing this in. This is a new buffing brush from Nutrimetics as well, which I'm loving. I've been using these brushes for a few days now at all of my classes, and I absolutely love them. They feel so soft and so smooth. So we're just going to layer this all over the face, starting from the center and working out. I always pop a little bit over the eyes as well to just prime the eyes.
If I do this long enough, will it buff out these lines on my forehead?
I think so. I think so. So something you can do as a little test with this as well, if you just want to see what this does, or if you're showing clients, pop a little bit into your hand and see the difference between the two hands. It definitely fills in the fine lines and wrinkles. You want some more?
I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
I'm testing.
Yeah, go for
And
it.
I need to buff out my lines more.
This is made in New Zealand as well, this beautiful primer in our manufacturing plant there. So it definitely is a lovely product. Okay, so layering all of that over. Another thing I love about these brushes as well is they have the names on them. So this is our flat buffer brush. It says the name in both English and French, in case French is your preference.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Oui, oui. Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, je ne sais quoi.
Oh, je m'appelle Jody.
No, that's all I've got.
Should we have subtitles for the French?
We should. Love that. So we've applied our beautiful primer, and now the next thing we're going on to is foundation. Now in the Nutrimix range, there are a myriad of different foundations. For an everyday makeup, I love the Sheer Tin. This is my favorite product for a natural everyday makeup. It's super light, it has SPF 15, and I just love it. It gives a bit of glow to my skin. But I know your favorite product as well for foundations. What's your favorite everyday makeup?
Oh, it's a toss, but I really like the serum because it has the SPF in it.
Yeah.
If I want more of a coverage and to last all day, or I go with a powder if I'm just doing a quick thing.
Yeah, so powder or the flawless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if I'm going out at night, I might use
this one. So this is our favorite. We both have the same favorite foundation for nighttime as well. And that's the Perfecting. So Perfecting is a medium coverage foundation, but it's buildable. It says oil-free, but it's really suitable for all skin types. We're actually going through a name change soon with this. So because it's just a beautiful Perfecting Glow foundation. So that might be the new name. That's what I suggested. I don't know. We'll see. And then there's the Cover It. So this is the full coverage foundation. If you want to know more about this or see this being used on the Academy on Monday night, we did use this foundation for that more full coverage. What a lot of people love about this foundation is it's super moisturizing. So it is more suitable for a normal to dry skin. Now, Jody and I do have a normal to combination sort of oily skin. So we like the Perfecting Glow foundation. So let's apply this. Now, first thing that I'm going to do is color match. Can you see a difference in your hands?
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you?
Yeah, it's filled in the little lines through there. So I just put some foundation on there, but first of all, I'm just going to do a color match. So first place I like to color match is actually just the decolletage. I just want to check that the foundation blends into here because quite often we show our decolletage, especially in Queensland, even in winter. So Jody's not showing her tonight, so I'll blend through here for me. So I can see that foundation's disappeared, so I'm happy with that. Then I just want to pop a little bit on the jawline. Make sure that that foundation blends in as well. I'm actually going to avoid probably my stubble tonight. I didn't shave, so that's interesting for makeup. I'm going to just blend that through. So my color, even though I love to be almond, which is what Jody's using tonight, my foundation color is nude. That's is the reality of the situation. Sometimes I like to pretend I'm a little bit more tanned than I am, but tonight let's go with the color that actually suits me. So I'm going to pop some foundation onto my brush, and then we're going to layer this all over the face.
So we do the 5 points.
So let's go for it. I love to do the 5 points. So I pop some on the forehead, the nose, onto the cheeks. You can do the chin and the throat because I'm going to avoid that for my makeup tonight and just buff that in. But then with little buffing strokes, I'm going to blend out towards the hairline and towards the jawline. So just blending the foundation all in like so. So this is a beautiful hydrating foundation. And guess what this has? Guess what ingredient this has in it, Jody?
Hyaluronic acid.
It has hyaluronic acid. Yeah, it has hyaluronic acid to really hydrate the skin, which is another reason that I love this foundation, because of course that is my favorite ingredient in skincare. So you can see straight away that looks reasonably light for my skin, but I love immediately this foundation starts to settle into the skin. It starts to take some of your natural pigment and is super blendable. So I'm layering all of that in. Any excess, I'm just going over the eyes, little bit through there. Now, the thing about makeup, I love that it's personal preference. You can use your fingertips, you could use a brush, you could use a beauty blender. There's no rights or wrongs with makeup. It's whatever you want to do. So today we're using brushes because they're new and they feel fabulous. Also with brush techniques as well, if you do firm strokes with your brush, you're going to move more product too. So I like to do little light strokes with my brush, so I'm not moving as much product around the face. I'm actually getting more coverage through there. Okay, blending all of that in. It's good to check. Sometimes I do a little bit just, well, all the time actually, just through here, so the earlobes, behind the ears, we tend to be a little lighter behind the ears. And then if you are doing, I actually do a little bit through here too.
But you have to remember to wash behind your ears, young man, if you're going to put your makeup there.
Okay, I will remember to wash behind my ears. It's a good tip, actually.
It's your tip for today.
Because do we remember to do that? Hopefully. Okay, so I've blended all of that through, layered all of that on. I'm just avoiding my stubble through there. And something that I'm going to personally do now, and this is great to do anywhere that you want to soften the makeup, you grab a beauty blender. So we've pre-dampened these. They're a lot larger than a regular beauty blender, and you can just use the blender to soften. So for me, I want to soften through where my hair starts, and Jody's wanting to soften through her jawline. Also through the hairline might be somewhere that you want to soften as well. Also through the hairline might be somewhere that you want to soften. Oh, you've got me twice. Replay. Okay, so blending all of that in. Blending is the most important thing to do with makeup. Now, do you have anywhere that your foundation moves throughout the day or starts to separate?
Probably the nose.
Same. So I'm just going to pop a little bit more foundation onto my beauty blender because my foundation tends to separate throughout the day on the nose if I don't do this step. So I've just got a little bit more foundation. I'm going to pop a little bit onto the blender. Jody's doing this with the brush. You can do it with the brush. Doesn't matter what you do it with, but just popping a little bit more coverage through the center because my nose gets to get a little bit red. The chin for you as well. Yeah. So just blending that through. How's that looking, everyone? Is that looking good? Looking pretty seamless? I think our color matches are perfect. Love it. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is go on to concealer. So the concealer that we're using today is our cream correcting concealer. This is a beautiful yellow-based concealer, so it's going to neutralize with any purple or shadowing that we naturally experience around the face. I personally, as a makeup artist, love to apply concealer over the top of a foundation. You can put it under when you're doing like a powder, or if it's a waterproof foundation, a waterproof concealer, you could put it under. But I find personally that if I put a concealer under a foundation, I'm moving the foundation around, the concealer is moving around. And we don't want to pop concealer anywhere that we don't need to. So let's just use this to really lighten any darkness or shadowing on the face. So where do you like to apply your concealer?
I usually kind of do a triangle under the eyes.
Yes, go for it.
And if I get fancy with my eyeshadow, I actually pop some there, but we can talk about that later.
Love that. So Jody's going to do the triangle around the eyes, which is a common technique to be able to do. What you'll notice is Jody isn't applying the concealer right up underneath the eyes. If you pop concealer right under here, what can happen is it can actually accentuate any sagging, bagging, or fine lines and wrinkles. So I like to apply my concealer directly in the inner corner of the eyes, like so, working down from that inner corner, which is what Jody's done as well. And then I actually just like to pop a little dot on the outer corner of the eyes and then beneath the arch of the brow as well, to give myself a little bit of a brow lift.
Always necessary.
Beside the nose is somewhere else you can pop some concealer. We might get a little bit of redness, broken capillaries, shadowing there. Cupid's bow. I love to accentuate the Cupid's bow, so a little bit of concealer through there and below the bottom lip as well. We naturally shadow through there, so it can bring that out. Now, if you do have any smile lines or shadowing through the nasal labial folds or through the marionettes, you can pop a little bit of concealer through those areas to lighten and brighten, but we've just done a full hour of skincare treatments, so we're ready to go.
Yours almost looks blended already.
Thank you. So we're going in with our makeup sponge, just using the top layer of this, and you can blend this in with a sponge. You could also use a brush. Like I love to use a brush sometimes, especially when I'm doing professional makeup, I use a brush. For myself tonight, we're using a blender. You could use your fingertips as well. But the technique with the blender is the pressing or patting the product through. You don't want to swipe all across the face with the product, because what that can do is just move the product. So under the eyes, I just blend like so, but on top of the eyes, but under the eyes, I'm really pressing that through. That's just going to lighten as well. I actually find with the inner corner of my eyes, I have to use a brush. Otherwise I poke myself in the eye. So we don't want to do that, to just really lighten through here. So I'm actually using the eye blend brush to just blend through this area here, like so. And just lightly pressing that there. Actually just going to blend. I've changed to a brush now.
Let's do one side of the brush and let's see how that, the difference.
Yeah. It's good to be able to try new things. Yeah, but I have my little blendy brush with my concealer at all times, because I really
I like the brush actually.
You like the brush?
I do.
Yeah, it's the soft feathers, and I find it actually gives me more coverage through here. It does take a little bit longer though, so it depends how much time you have to do your glam makeup. Okay, so what that helps to do, the yellow base concealer helps to neutralize. So it really helps to get rid of any of that shadowing or that darkness. The next thing we're going to do is powder. Yay. So Jody and I both, we were chatting just before we started, and we both love to use a powder. Why do you love using a powder? Because
it takes the oil shine away. And sometimes if I'm in a hurry, it's just really quick and easy to throw a powder on.
Totally. I like to use it for the same reason. So it really eliminates any excess oil and shine that I have. And it also keeps my makeup on for longer. If I'm not using a powder, I find that my makeup won't last as long. And I want this to stay all day and all night, so I don't have to retouch up. So we're just using the powder, going in to the powder with the brush. That's the maple. Jody's using maple. I'm using toffee. I like to be maple, but at the moment I'm toffee. Darker. No, I think mine's even a little more yellow. It does look those. I don't know. It's definitely the maple.
It is.
Yeah. Maybe it's the lighting.
Probably.
So we're using the side of the brush to really press in. I like to work from the center of the face and blending out. So I do that rather than doing the circles on the face. Really pressing with the side of the brush and blending is the way that I like to apply my powder. And you can see already that that started to soften the shininess. So if you do have a more normal to dry skin, you might not like to use a powder as much. But if you're wanting the coverage in terms of, you know, the foundation to really stay on throughout the day, the powder is great to use. My recommendation with powders is to look for any powder, that has mica. So mica is a really great mineral for the skin. And another option that some powders have is talc. So we want to avoid talc in our mineral powders, but definitely using the mica is a beautiful thing to do. So just pressing all of that in, eyelids. How do you like the feeling of the brush?
They're very soft.
They're soft hair. Yeah. They're like a silk blend. I love these. Okay, so we've layered all of that in. Now, the next thing that we want to do is move on to contouring. So let's add some color, because what we've done with our foundation, our concealer, and our powder is we've actually just taken away all of the shape to our face. So now we want to add it all back in with our product. And we're going to use this beauty palette here. So I'm so excited because just for tonight, this palette, instead of $50, it's $16.90. So 65% off, less your discount as well, if your order's over $55. The best it's ever been. I'm getting lots of these tonight for my glam classes. So down the bottom here, we have this beautiful bronze shade. So we're going to apply a bit of this just to contour. So looking at face shapes, where do you like to add shade and contour to the face, Jody?
I usually go just below the cheekbone now.
Just below the cheekbone. Beautiful. And that's somewhere that for everyone is really flattering. So just applying some of that, tapping off any excess. So just if we imagine a teardrop from the corner of the eye, just, I can feel my cheekbones there. So just beneath the cheekbone, back towards the top of the ear. So this is quite a wide brush.
It is.
So you could just be really gentle, or you could press the brush, or you could also create a crescent moon, or you could create a fan brush. You can do lots of things with this brush. So I'm just going to use this really lightly, and you create the crescent moon to just shape. So just through this area here, I'm going to add a little bit of shade. Now, what I like to do sometimes, if I'm, especially for photography, because who knows, we might be taking selfies later tonight, Jody. So just for photography, if your face is front on to the camera and you're contouring through here, you actually don't see a lot of that. So sometimes I like to just smile a little bit, grab my brush, so doing the crescent moon, and just under the apples of the cheeks is pull my contour. It's hard to talk. So I'm just pulling my contour just underneath the apples of the cheek. So it kind of goes from here around and up. I really like to do that little bit through there, but it's a beautiful shade of bronze. It's nice and soft as well. So it can be soft, or you could glam it up. Now we're going to go over to the other side as well. So doing the other side, have you already done the other side? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. You're so fast. So just working through that area here. And then I'm just going to put a little bit underneath the apples of the cheeks to just bring them up. Now, somewhere else I personally like to contour for my face. I've got an oval face shape from the base of my face through to my cheeks. Then as soon as we go from here upwards, I'm rectangular. Thanks, Dad, for my forehead. And so what I like to do is contour through the forehead, because I have got a large forehead, as you can now see. And my hair naturally contours through that, but I'm going to add some shade just all the way through this area here. So just adding some shade through there. And what that's going to help to do is just soften through the forehead. And then I would usually pull my hair over as well. And the hair naturally can contour the forehead too. Do you like to put a bit of contour on the forehead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I went around the edges just to give it a more oval look.
More oval look. Beautiful. And then also something we can do, if you want to lift through here a little bit, we can pop a little bit of contour through this area, and then moving to the nose. So let's do proper nose contouring today. So we're going to grab the eye blend and line brush again. It's a beautiful brush, so we use this for our concealer. We're going to go in with this bronze shade down the bottom here, so just giving that a little wiggle. And then we're going to work on contouring the nose. So first thing we're going to do is create a little V on the edge of the nose. So I'm just going down one side of the nose, like so. And then I'm going down the other side of the nose. And what that does is just starts to give the end of our nose more of a slimline sort of effect. And just a little V through there. Then we can work directly across from the pupil, holding the brush on the side, because that gives me a softer touch using the side of the brush, then using it like so. Going from the side, across from the pupil, down one side of the nose. So I'm going down one side of the bridge of the nose, backwards and forwards, right to the end, and then down the other side of the nose. So the more that you do this, the darker it gets. So the more snatched your nose will be, or thinner your nose will be. And also the closer you do the lines together, the more it brings the nose sort of into. So it really starts to shape the nose. I've took a little bit of shine on my nose. No, it's my natural always shine.
It might be the film, because I have the exact same shine.
Me too. I think it's the light reflecting off our noses. Awesome. But what this has definitely done is start to slim out through the side there. Something else that I like to do sometimes is just as well up through the temples. Just pop a little bit of contour to just shade through there too. Okay. Now we're moving on to blush, and this is a beautiful blush here. It's pink with a touch of peach through it. So it's a peachy pinky blush, which is suitable for most people. So I'm going to apply some blush to my brush. So just layering all that in. And where do you like to apply blush? What do you like to do with your blush? Because there's so many different blush trends that you can do.
I just put a tiny tap just
above the contour. Beautiful. Yeah. So one trend that you can do is just above the contour. So we're just patting that up towards the temples. The higher you take the blush, the more it lifts the face. And if you need to soften anything with your makeup ever, you just use your buffy brush. So you can just buff anything out. You can soften anything with your brush. A big thing with makeup is to be able to add color and then be able to soften it as well. So hopefully you can see, I'm just going to extend this a little bit more, but can you see how on one side of my face, it looks a little bit more lifted than the other side because the color is kind of going up as well. So we're going to apply this on both sides of the face. And this really gives us a beautiful sun-kissed glow, just like we've been laying on the beach in Bora Bora. If we smile a little bit, we can tap a little bit onto our apples of our cheeks as well. Sometimes I like to do that too. So we've got it on both sides. And now I'm definitely glowing.
I've decided to tap my nose and make it look like I've been in the sun just 10 minutes too long.
Great idea. You can pop a little bit of blush over the nose, the chin, the forehead as well. And you could even go with that same blush and pop it over the eyes if you wanted to too. Put on a mascara, lip gloss, and you're done. But we've got a few more steps than that tonight. So next we're going to go to highlighter. We've got two beautiful highlighters through here. So I'll just show you what these colors look like. So we've got the gold highlighter there, which looks like, oh, that's going to be hard to see in the light, but you can kind of see it there. And then we've got this brownie highlighter here, which actually appears even more gold. Okay, so having a look at these two highlighters, Jody, we've got that one. That one's quite gold, and that one's kind of soft, sandy sort of shade as well. Which one do you like best?
The lighter one.
The lighter one, me too. So we're both going to work with the lighter one, which is the bottom one down here. The brush that we can use for a highlighter is going back to our trusty eye blend brush. So just going in with the highlighter. First place I like to highlight is actually the center of the eyes. So to just brighten through the center of the eyes as well. Then on the nose, so going down halfway of the nose and then doing a little dot on the end. Not that we need any extra more shine on our nose, but let's do it. Other place I like to apply is the Cupid's bow. So you'll see immediately that just accentuates through the Cupid's bow. And then onto the cheek, top of the cheeks. But in this area, you just want to make sure that you skip any fine lines and wrinkles. So we're just going to apply a little bit on here. And a little bit. But after our facial, we don't really have any fine lines and wrinkles.
No, we've scrubbed them.
They're all gone. Also beneath the brow is really lovely to highlight too. So we can pop some highlighter through there. And anything you want to soften or buff through, you've got your buffing brush to be able to do that. Okay. Looking good. Now the next thing, I love it. You're glowing. Now the next thing that we want to do is move to our brows. So I thought that we would do different brow techniques tonight, Jody. So do you want to use a brow pencil and go through with a normal brow? And what I'm actually going to do is use a glue stick to do my brows today. So I'm going to use a glue to create a laminated brow. Look, so I've actually got a little blue glue stick here. And what I'm going to do is just pop some glue through my brows backwards as well. Because one of the trends that's really in at the moment is the laminated sort of brow. And then what I'm going to do is grab a little brow brush and just start to work that up and through. So Jody, tell us a little bit about shaping the brows. How do you usually work out your start point and your end point of the brows?
So you can use the pencil itself and just kind of put it up against the nose to see where it starts, and you can put a little dot. And then again across like this, and you can put a little dot. And your high point.
Beautiful. So quite easily being able to shape the start and the end of the brow as well. And then do you like to build your arch, or how do you like to, what sort of brow shape do you like?
I stay fairly natural.
Fairly natural, yeah.
And kind of just fill in the blanks, like a dot to dot.
Yeah, beautiful. So I've just brushed through my brows, and now I'm pressing the base of my brow to just really glue that brow down. So you can use a product like a brow soap or a brow freeze, or actually what's most effective and what I learned in my course recently is to use a blue glue stick. So my brows are not moving because they are literally glued upwards. So what you find with an upward facing brow, like if I was to cut off the top of my brow there, you would see the upward facing brow really lifts the face when the brows is brushed upwards. And even with Jody, have a look at just Jody, do you want to have a look straight in the camera for me? So we can see how much more lifted it is when the brow's done. Lifts the brow, doesn't it? It's amazing. So good. And what color pencil are you using today?
Oh, you'll have to.
The natural. Yeah. So that's a really nice color. I find most people work well with the natural too. Is anyone at home with the blue glue stick right at the moment now? No brows. Don't have any takers yet? No. All good. So brows really do help to shape the face, and the fluffy upward facing brows is definitely a trend and a look that you can do, but for many years a structured brow was in as well. So you can play around with the different brow trends, do something different, fluffy it up, and see how that looks too. They look beautiful, Jody. Amazing. Now, the next thing we're going to do, and the next product we're going to move on to, is our eye play palette. And yes, this is on special as well for 65% off. So this ends tonight, $16.90 instead of $50. So same price as the highlighter palette. So you can get both of these instead of $100. It is 30, 40, 30.
We need a calculator.
Probably we need a calculator. It's a Friday night. Can someone help me? 16.90 times 2 is 33.80. There we go. 33.80 for the two of these instead of 100.
That's good.
What a great little set.
And that's not even including the discount.
No, that's not even including the discount. That's a full price.
Yeah.
Well, full specials price. Awesome. Oh, I'm going to get lots of those for my glam classes. Okay, now we're moving on to this little eye play palette. So we have in here quite a neutral shade. Then we have two very pigmented shades. So we have a terracotta and a berry. We have a smoky shade here, a bit of a charcoal, and then we have two shimmers. So we have a light pink, and we also have a beautiful gold tone as well. So what I was thinking, Jody, is that we could do a smoky eye. We would smoke up the eye. What are you thinking about that?
Yeah, all right.
Okay. So first I'm going to grab my eyeshadow brush, which is this brush here, and go in with my smoky eye shade. So we're going to start on the lash base of the eye and then work our way up to the socket or the crease. So I'm thinking the terracotta might work with your palette. What are you thinking about that?
Maybe.
And then we're going to put some shimmer.
Shimmer. Now we're talking.
So I'm going to work with the pink because that works with my palette and the terracotta doesn't. I know you like the pink too, Jody.
Like all of them.
Okay, so we're going to work, really important to tap off any excess as well. And then what we're going to do is just really blend this through the base of the eyelid. So I'm just bringing that shadow through. Now, a little tip is we don't want that eyeshadow to go past. If we imagine a line from the corner of the eye to the corner of the brow, we don't want it to go past there. However, if it does, we just grab a concealer and we sharpen it, and we might do that anyway as well. So I'm just placing this all over the lid. Now, your traditional smoky eye is really building color on the eyelid and then blending that up. So I'm just going to softly blend that up towards the socket or towards the crease. So we have different eye shapes too. So I have quite a hooded eye as well. And Jody has more protruding eyes with her eyes. So her eyes come forward a little bit more. Mine go back a little bit more as well. So Jody's eyelid is more visible. Mine is not so much. But I'm just layering that through and blending that up into the socket. So you can really feel where that kind of goes through there. Beautiful shape.
Nice. I like that.
Isn't the terracotta beautiful?
It is beautiful.
Yep.
Oh,
So,
now I'm going to have to go online and shop tonight.
100%. It's the best palette. So we can choose to, you could choose to flare that out. So Jody's flared hers out a little bit more, which I like. So she's decided to go up with her eyeshadow, which is really flattering. I've just stopped here because I don't know. I just felt like I wanted something a little bit different tonight. So what I've done is just actually curved from the outer corner of the eye and just into there. What do you think of that?
Mm-hmm.
As
you see the rest of it, I can't.
So I'm just doing a little curve from here to bring that up rather than going all the way out for something different. Okay, now I'm going to catch up to Jody and do the other eye. Eyeshadow isn't something I do on myself every day. So.
Is this not a race?
But I'm going to catch up.
This is a race.
Could be. I don't know how good our makeup would look if it was a race. We're quite competitive.
In the morning, it's a race every morning to get it on and get to classes.
Now, I like to work from the outer corner of the eye as well. So if I work from the outside in, rather than going across to the outer corner, what happens is my eye shadow always kind of goes upward, which is really nice. So just building that in like so. And I'm just going to bring that into the inner corner as well a little.
I really like this color.
Isn't
like,
it a beautiful
really
color?
like it.
It's really
I'm
fun.
in love with it.
It looks beautiful. I love it. Okay, now what we're going to do is grab our smudgy brush and we're actually going to go underneath the eye to smoke it up a little bit. So that one there, yeah. Just going in with our smudging brush. And again, I love how they sort of have all the labeling on here. Tap off any excess. And then just from the outer corner, we're just going to smudge this just through and under the lash line. Like so. So just smudging this from the outer corner. So that just smokies up the eye a little more. And then from that base, I like to then just bring that up a little bit and join that into the socket. So coming from the base of the lash line, you're bringing your brush up to where the other eyeshadow meets and then just bringing that up and through. That creates a really nice shape for the eyes. That's something that you can choose to do. So I'm just going from the base and going up. Awesome. It's quite a strong, fun color pop look. Love it, Jody. Okay, now we can move on to, let's do our shimmer and then go into a pencil. Okay, so I know something that you like to do with a shimmer is to apply some concealer and do a bit of a cut crease. So do you want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do more like a pop cut crease. It's only
pop cut crease.
Like
yeah.
it's just in the center, just a pop.
Beautiful. Give it a go.
Are you going to do a full cut crease?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So give that a go. I'm just actually going to grab a water. Do you want a water? You've got a water. Do you want to tell everyone what you're going to do?
So I'm just going to put some concealer in the center of my eye. Right here. And here. And I'm going to blend that in. Use this.
So you pop some concealer in the inner corner of the eye.
Yep.
And then blending that out. Which brush did you choose to blend it out with?
Something a bit stiffer.
The concealer brush.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful. So Jody's cutting the eyeshadow. This is called a cut crease. So she's cutting the eyeshadow with a concealer. So then when you put on the shimmer, it really stands out. It's super vibrant as well. And what I might do, because I've got quite a hooded eye, so if I go like that, you can't even see my eyelids. I have to kind of go back to that. So I'm going to do a halo cut crease. So I'm going to pop a little bit of concealer onto the back of my hand, grab my concealer brush as well, and just pop a little bit of concealer out through the center of the eye, which is what it's called, sort of the halo. So just through this area here.
So you're more center, where I was more to the corner side.
Yeah, usually I do it to the inner corner, but I thought
do something different.
Yeah, this is particularly good for a hooded eye. Just actually going to soften out that concealer blend a little as well. And then once I'm happy with the placement, I go in with my finger. Do you use your finger too?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to use the little pink one here. What are you thinking of cutting with?
I was thinking something goldy.
That one's goldy. That one will look beautiful. So I'm just going to press that shimmer through the inner corner of the eye, like so. And Jody's pressing through the center of the eye. And we both went back for more shimmer. How pigmented are these shimmers?
Beautiful.
They're beautiful, aren't they? So now if I wanted to soften that a little bit, I could go back in with my eyeshadow brush and I could just soften that blend down between the two, just so it doesn't start and stop so rapidly. But what Jody's look is doing is really opening up the center of the eye. And what my look is doing is bringing Jody's look is opening up the inner corner of the eye, and mine's bringing the center of the eye forward, which is lots of fun. Or you could even do it over the whole lid as well. You could cut your crease over the whole lid. Okay. Something else I'm wanting to do, Jody, just decided, is to just grab some setting spray with my angle brush as well, and just put some shimmer in the inner corner. So I love to just pop a little bit of shimmer through here.
What color shimmer?
I'm using the pink still. I'm keeping with the pink now. Do you want to mix it up?
What about even like the contour?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm going to lighten mine up a bit towards the center.
I'm just going to pop some lightness and brightness through the inner corner of the eye, like so. But you can get really creative with where you apply it. I was watching a Elite, actually. It's on Netflix last night, and it's based in Barcelona. It's a drama series, and they were doing the coolest things with their eyes. So they would do like a pop of color in the center, and then just like a little wing in that same color. Or they would do like a shimmer, like I've done here in the inner corner, the outer, and then do a shimmer line from the outside as well.
Mine's too light.
I could even
blend,
maybe. And I'm going to do a shimmer flick. I've just decided that I've been inspired, Jody. So I'm going to go into here, and just from the outer corner of the eye, I'm just going to flick that out. So I'm just pressing that like so. I'm just doing a little bit of a shimmer flick. So just from the outer corner of the eye, I'm just flicking that up for something different. Now, if I wanted to sharpen that at all. I could grab my concealer brush, pop a little bit more concealer on, just a touch, and sharpen that outer line. This is really great to do afterwards. We don't want too much concealer, but just from that outer corner, if I was to just conceal up and out, what that does is it just beautifully lifts from that outer corner. So from the outer corner up and just lifting the eye. We don't want our eyeshadow to fall past that point, otherwise it gives us a sad eye. And we want our eyes to be super happy. So that's great to do too. I love that, Jody. Looks great. See how striking that is, especially because you've gone all the way out with your shadow. It really sharpens it up, doesn't it? It's beautiful. Okay, now we're going to move on to eyeliner. So I love the new Nutrimetics eyeliners. I'm actually obsessed with them. And the color that I'm using today is, I'm going to keep this berry sort of theme that I'm going with. So I'm going to use maroon. What color are you thinking of using?
Oh, I'm going to use, I think, bronze.
Bronze?
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So this will complement both of our looks as well. So what I'm going to do is, just starting from that outer corner of the eye, I'm just going to come in along the lash line to where my shimmer starts. That's where I feel like I want to work it. So this is just going to intensify the look as well. And then coming through, I could do the waterline, but I'm just going to come through the lash line, Jody. I'm feeling like going through the lash line really lightly to the center. Now that is so easy to do.
I'm cheating right now. I'm still in my eyes. I'm actually going to contour underneath just to lift them a bit more.
Yeah, I love that. Why not?
Okay.
So I found this eyeliner so easy. Have you used these eyeliners yet?
Yeah, and it's so smooth.
So
Oh
soft.
my gosh, yeah.
I actually haven't used these on myself before. I've just used them on everyone else.
So
And
nice.
it was so easy.
Yeah.
I find that easier than any other eyeliner to apply to. Now, if you're used to pressing harder with your eyeliners,
You're going to make a mess.
Yeah. So I usually show, at my master classes, if I did a soft line, like I'm just dragging the pencil here, really nice and light. But if I press with the pencil, I'm going to get a line like that. So you don't need to press at all. It's so soft. You're just gliding the pencil around the eye area, which is really nice and gentle for the eye area. So this is just smoking that up a bit. If you wanted to do you usually do the waterline?
I do.
Yeah, cool. So Jody likes to do the waterline. I'm just going to go through the lash line. There's no rights or wrongs.
Are you doing your top?
Yeah, I've done the top, but it's kind of blends with the eyeshadow, but I like it. And I might just do a little baby flick from there too. So if you do a flick, you can join it down to the bottom lash line as well. Pure eye sorcery. I love that, cat. So I'm just going to bring that up. Now, because I have a hooded eye, so just through here, if I was to do my flick any higher, it would actually go into my hood. And then my flicks would look like this. Little sad flicks going out the side. Does anyone have a hooded eye and has tried to do flicks and you have the sad ticks that kind of go like that?
And then when I have eyes open, I got makeup all over.
Makeup all over your eyes. Yeah. So what I would suggest is to just do some little flicks. You don't have to go all the way up. You could just do some little bits if you wanted to. If you do want to create a false flick, which is where you're looking straight ahead for camera, you could do the flick, but then as soon as you blink, there's going to be a gap. So you actually are creating a false sort of flick through there. Let me have that. No, that looks okay. So look, open for me. Yeah, that's nice. So where the top of that flick, just bring that down into the lash line. Do you want me to show you? Okay. I'll hold the little mirror here and I'll show you through there. So from here, we could just pull that down in towards the lash line. So, because you've already got your flick there. So see how we just kind of have to bring that up. And then with our concealer or with this brush, we could just sharpen that through. So that's how you could create a little false flick is really what we're calling it. So when the eye is open, you can see it through there. Okay, that was your brush. I'm just going to sharpen through the side again. So concealer to sharpen through the side is the best. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more shimmer because my shimmer's gone from the eyeliner a bit. So just to sharpen up that eye look. And I'm actually going to bring the shimmer just above the cut crease. I could spend so much time here. This is fun. So I'm just going to pull a bit of shimmer up through the top of there as well. Let me have a look at the other side. Yeah, that looks nice. So I'm actually just doing something different, Jody. I've just decided as well. I'm going to pull my shimmer just up through there. So it kind of goes on the top of that line. So it just gives a little bit more dimension to the eyes. Now we're on to mascara. So what's one of your favorite mascaras, Jody?
Oh, I like the Lash Impact and the 4-in-1.
Yes, amazing. So you've got, I think, the Lash Impact there to play with tonight.
Yeah.
So this is a beautiful classic lash mascara. I'm using the 4-in-1 mascara, which is my fave. So what we're going to do is come down on the lashes. And of course, when you're using products on clients, you're not using them on your face. These are our personal items. So we can use the mascara and the concealer and everything on the face. So I'm going down on the lashes. First of all, I really like to go down on the lashes to get any eyeshadow, rid of any eyeshadow that may have fallen onto the lashes. And I turned my brush around like that. Well, I had a girl ask me at the class, like, how do I do my mascara? And I obviously don't do mascara very often, but I come down on the lash and then I turn my brush the other way and go down. Is that what you do as well? Or do you come in from that side, or do you swap hands, or what do you do?
I think I swap hands.
You swap hands. You're ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Really?
I definitely am.
Wow.
But I can also come in like this too. But I think I do
multi-talented. I love that. So you can do it however you want to do it. Then I'm coming really down and I'm zigzagging up and through. I swap hands for mascara. Oh, that's interesting, Janine. I'll have to start practicing with my left hand because at the moment I'm not putting my left hand in with the mascara wand anywhere near my face. It's not going to work. So this one has little fibers that really extend the lashes. So you can see how much larger my lashes are from this mascara. Now, a little tip with mascara, need to know, a caution or a warning, is that if mascara goes somewhere it shouldn't be, let it dry first. So just let the mascara do its thing, set in that place, because once it's set, it's so much easier to flake off because it's dry. If you go to move the mascara straight away when it's wet, it will smudge, and we don't want any smudging from our mascara. I'm going to pull through my lashes with a spoolie as well.
Yeah, I did switch hands.
You did switch hands?
Yeah, it's official.
Now with the bottom lashes, I actually like to remove any excess off my brush. So I'm just going to pop a little bit onto a spoolie here. So there's not much product, and just come underneath the lashes like so. So just coming backwards and forwards on the lashes. And I got a little bit of mascara just under my eye, which I wasn't intending on doing. So I'm going to let that dry before I come back to it. And mascara right there. Your lashes look amazing. Do you let your mascara set and do a second coat usually, or what do you do?
Only if I have a hot date.
Okay, so hot
Which
tip,
never happens. So
hot tip for a hot date is to double lash. Awesome. Now we're moving on to lip liner. And something about blush as well. Quite often when you've done the eyes, and even if you've done quite a strong eye, you might need to add some more blush on. I'm glad I went a bit overboard with my blush now, because now it's kind of coming to life. But before I was like, oh, that's a lot of blush. But as soon as you do the eyes and the lips, Sometimes you'll even go back and add more blush because you'll say that, oh, they're taking all the fun away. Little tip apparently with these, I'm going to give this a test. So if you have trouble opening your pencils, which we're both doing, you can just twist the pencil and then it breaks the seal. My hands are so slippery though already. Did that break the seal for you?
No, my hands are slippery too.
Our hands are so hydrated from our last class. So don't recommend using your teeth, even though I really want to, but we're not going to. We're just going to take that off or pass it to someone else and get them to take it off for you. Okay, so we've got our pencil here. I'm going to use the rose to continue with my rosy look tonight. And you're going with the maroon to go with your maroon look tonight. So you can see the colors that we've both chosen for ourselves really go with our color palettes and with what we're wearing as well, which is, it's nice to be able to create that color story. Okay, so first thing I like to do is actually emphasize the Cupid's bow. So I like to draw a soft cross just on the Cupid's bow like so. Then basing the bottom lip, so just coming through the base of the bottom lip. Now coming from the outer corner of the lips up. So just coloring up to the lip line. It's actually hard to talk while you're applying lip liner. And then from the outer corner of the lips, coming down towards the base of the lips. By doing this, you're actually giving yourself a fuller lip look by coming from the outside in. The shape that it's creating is then fuller than if you were to go from the top down. Now you can choose to go outside your lip line, on your lip line, whatever feels best for you. I went outside my lip line today. And I'm just going to simply color in as well. Do you like to go outside your lip line, Jody?
I kind of go on the outer edge of it. So it's not outside the line, but it's on the very edge.
I'm going with the big lip look, so I went really outside.
That's a nice color.
Yeah, it's the rose.
That's the cocoa rose?
Just the rose lip liner. Yeah, I love it. Oh, thanks, Beck. I called Jody and I was like, Jody, we're going live on camera. Come around. So I appreciate you being here with me. It's fun to do this with you.
Pleasure hanging out with Adam. Aren't we lucky and gifted to have him?
I am lucky and gifted to have you too. And joining us tonight. Oh, look what I just did. I just drank water.
And you didn't leave any marks.
And I didn't leave any marks with my lip liner. And I literally just put it on. Okay, I left a little bit of a mark there, but not much. Did you leave a mark?
No.
No. Love that. So kiss-proof lip liners. So that's pretty exciting. So now what we're going to do to accentuate our lips even more is to create a ombre lip. So that's a two-toned lip. So we're going to pop a lighter lip color in the center of the lips. So I've got the Radiant Color lipstick in the color Plush Pink. I'm adding this to my personal kit. Not that I think I'll use this often, but maybe for Mardi Gras or something. So what I'm going to do is just in the center of the lip, I'm just going to color in a little like so. Press the lip together.
Smells good.
This one smells good too. It smells really good. So I'm just popping it in the center and that's going to brighten up the center of the lip. And then actually what I like to do is come back in with the rose lip pencil and just blend that through to halfway. So I put it in the center and then go back in with the rose. That looks nice with the second lip color in there. Okay, and then the last step that we're going to do is to apply a setting spray. So setting spray will really help to lock your makeup in for longer. It will also keep you hydrated and fresh. So this one's beautiful and it has the aloe barbados juice, leaf juice extract, which I love too. So it's really beautiful, mostly made from water too. And I'm just going to spray some of this on you. So misting that through, misting that one here as well. So now we're ready. Watch out, Noosa. We are ready to go with our glam makeup look. But remember, check your emails because there are some super exciting offers that we have on that finish tonight for all of our VIP members. So the beauty halos, those little halos, they're $7.50. The iPlay palette, $16.90. The contouring palette, oh my gosh, I love that, $16.90. There's a blending duo for $10. There's a facial roller. Oh, I wish we should have used that in our facial tonight. We love facial rollers. So they're contouring facial rollers. You can buy one from Costco for $250.
What?
That's almost the same as this. This one's $17.90.
Wow. And you can really feel it like massaging the skin. Like I've used a lot of different tools in my business, and that one you really like, you can actually feel it
lifting and holding and it's pretty cool. Awesome. So we so enjoyed being here with you tonight. Hope that you enjoyed this session. Hope we've inspired you to get creative, have some fun with your makeup, and check out those amazing offers. So thanks everyone for joining us tonight. It's Adam and
Jody.
And we'll see you next time. Bye for now. Bye.